Collective members, a personal friend of mine, a member of Three Sisters Collective, which is the organization that I co-founded here in Santa Fe. And Natalie Benally is Renee, and she is going to perform a modern dance piece for you. Thank you. Something that me as an organizer was very adamant about, representing the spectrum of indigenous people. So often people are only, when they come to New Mexico or they come to these events, you only see our traditional dances, which are obviously wonderful and important. But indigenous people also need to be represented as we are today, as contemporary people. Doing awesome creative things, infusing our traditional worldview into contemporary creative aesthetics. So it was really important to me to highlight the diversity of our community. And a lot of people come to Santa Fe and New Mexico because they know there's so many indigenous people here, and it's a safe space to come to. And to, people in other parts of the country are at risk, even just being native. I have a friend from South Dakota, and she's just always worried about things happening, whether it's police brutality or being a victim of MMIW. These are real issues. But New Mexico, we are blessed to have such a vibrant indigenous community. We have the Institute of American Indian Arts here in Santa Fe, which is the only tribal college in this country. There's over 200 tribal colleges in the United States, but it is the only one that focuses on preserving traditional arts and culture. We have Dancing Earth Collective as well, who is highlighting modern indigenous dance forms. Are you ready, Natalie?
Yeah.
Yeah!
So hello, my name is Natalie. I am born for the Gray Streak Ends People clan, born for the Red Running Into Water clan. My maternal grandparents' clan is the Tesuque Pueblo people clan, and my paternal grandparents' clan is the Water Edge people clan. And that is how I identify as a Diné woman. I'm originally from Gallup, New Mexico. Was born and raised on the Navajo Res, and currently live here in Santa Fe. I work full-time as the Indigenous Programs Coordinator at Girls Inc. of Santa Fe, just right up the street. So that's my full-time job, but on the other side I dance and I tell my stories through movement. I dance with Dancing Earth Creations, which is a local all-indigenous dance company here in Santa Fe. They're all currently rehearsing for their next tour in San Francisco today, so I came here to represent on their behalf. I've been with the company since 2014, and the two pieces you saw today, the first piece has been in manifestation since 2014. It basically tells the importance of corn in my culture, in Diné culture, and how it's used in terms of the Diné womanhood ceremony, which is called the Kinata. So there are movements and portions in there that not only represent what the ceremony means in terms of discipline and perseverance and our role as the matriarch in our culture, but also the importance of how corn is utilized as medicine. And so that was the first piece when you heard a lot of the breathing and the grinding and the chucking, and so it's very much an homage to our medicine there. And then the second piece is actually about the long lost tradition in my family of weaving. My mother's voice you heard over the track is speaking in Diné, and she's explaining her life as a sheep herder, and she herded sheep her whole life and considered them her second family. So she's explaining how she would wake up in the morning and she would go out into the mountains and in the hills to take care of the sheep, and how we use the wool, and all of it is an homage to my great grandmother, who was a weaver, who unfortunately is no longer here with us. And this actually is her sash belt that she wove and was recently gifted to me by my mom not too long ago. And so it's a matter of kind of finding myself through this tradition that I unfortunately didn't get a chance to learn early on. So that's why this particular piece is very important to me, because it's my most recent one, but also it's an homage to my mom, even though we don't get along very well. I still love her. And I'm also a very huge language advocate. I'm actually very into using movement to revitalize language, primarily my Diné language. I'm very fortunate to be able to understand and interpret and speak. I still struggle a little bit, but I'm still pushing for it. And a really fun thing I did with that is I actually was the Diné voice of Dory in the Navajo dub version of Finding Nemo. So if you've ever seen that film, that's my voice you hear. So it was a really fun project. I really I enjoyed it, and I also am a very big advocate for not only young people reclaiming who they are, but also asking elders and those who carry the knowledge to be generous and kind to us young people. We're trying really hard to reclaim what we lost, so just be patient, and even if we speak funny, just keep loving us and keep nourishing us, so that way someday my daughter's over there sitting just staring at me. She'll be able to speak Navajo, and she'll be able to do that with no shame and no guilt. So thank you. Thank you.
Look up Dancing Earth on Instagram and Facebook.